This beautiful medium mare is in training to be a hunter show pony. She just got to us yesterday. She didn't travel too far to get to us. So what we're going to do with her is train her up and lease her out for a few years for the owner's daughter. When she's ready to move up to a medium, has the medium ready for her. So today I started off with, I just wanted to get some cute photos of her so that we have those photos ready because she's body clipped and she's ready to go. Then I went ahead and I put some tack on her and I decided to lunge her so I could get to know her a little bit more and what her personality is like. And she was a little turkey starting off, but then she finished out lunging really well and nicely for me. So we just lunged her both ways so I can just learn more about what she's going to do and how she's going to react. And so far she's been pretty good with everything. Not spooky at anything, which is great. That's what we need for our ponies, for our kids. Nothing to be too spooky. So I went ahead and I just kind of, because she was broke out a few months ago, and just double checking everything to make sure we're solid, so I don't get any surprises when I get on, because the smaller they get, it takes a lot of balance, a lot of strength to stay on the ponies. So I just want to make sure everything is okay. So I jumped back and forth on her, wiggled the saddle a little bit, just to reassure that she's not going to do anything silly, and she was fine with that. Then I moved her to another location just to move her feet so she's not locking and planting and getting any ideas. And then I went ahead and I just decided to go ahead and mount her on the ground. I don't encourage mounting on the ground. I always like everyone to mount from the mounting block. It's just, good for their back to mount from the mounting block and not always get on the ground and on. It's kind of bad for their back and tweaks them all the time. So, and she was good with that. She could care less about anything, but I'm just double checking that we're not going to do any silly, naughty business. Like I said, the smaller they are, the more balance and everything it takes to stay onto them. They do move out from underneath you quicker. So I went ahead and I hopped on her, and she's kind of like, I don't feel like really working today. We were by the gate, and my husband was videoing, and my husband started walking off, and she decided she wanted to follow him. And I was like, well, that's fine. We'll just follow you for a little bit again. She was broke out a few months ago, so I just want to make sure that we're not going to try any silly business with me, because I am a new rider in a new place, and just want to make sure that we are solid and we are okay. And she did a lovely job. She followed my husband starting off, and then we went ahead and decided to go off on our own. So there are some green moments that she has under the saddle, shifting a little bit. And I don't know if that's green moments or she's just not kind of understanding my aids and what I'm asking for from the person that did break her out. They did a lot of moving her haunches and yield work with her, and which was great because she's super responsive with her leg. You put a little leg on and she starts to move off of it, which is great. She starts to, do something with her body, and not necessarily what I was asking for, but again, I'm just trying to get to know her a little bit better. And she is so soft. The person that broke her out has made her so soft in the mouth, which is fabulous. I don't like something that's going to pull and be heavy. So she did really, really well. We walked for about 10 minutes before doing anything. Again, I just want to kind of get to know the pony, see how she reacts with her surroundings, and she could care less about anything and everything. Some of the horses get a little spooky down at this end where all the horse jumps are. And no, she had no care in the world. She could care less about anything. So I wanted her and put her over some ground holes, see how she reacts. She just walked right over them. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead. Let's move on to this little trot box line thing we have here. And she just stepped up over them. She didn't care less. It even fell over and nothing. She didn't care. So a little bit she kind of was like, well, I want to go left here. And I was like, no, we got to go right. We're changing direction. We got to go the other way. And she left. It didn't take her long to convince her, and she just goes, okay, I will just continue on. So I'm pretty excited about this one. She's going to be so fancy, and I'm excited for the owner's daughter to ride her and show her. She's going to be a very special pony. So we want to make sure that she always is in the right hands, that she can grow and she can learn for her daughter. So we had a successful training and future for the pony. So I went ahead, I felt comfortable on her. I went ahead and picked up the trot. And she's got a nice quiet trot. It's not forward, or it didn't feel forward. It might be a little over exaggerating through my hips, but she's got a nice quiet trot. Again, I think there's a little bit as I want to go back to the gate there, and I go no, encourage her forward, and she gives in quite nicely with that. So we just trot around the whole ring. Probably trotted for about another 10 minutes, just warming her up, seeing how she is. And she's so soft and so light in the hand, which is fabulous. It doesn't take much to, turn her. She goes ahead and she turns nicely. She is easy to collect up. She just understands all that, and I'm very happy with the girl that did break her out. It just makes my job so much easier. And she's cute, and she kind of did a little again. She wanted to go back to the gate there, but she learned from the first time, and so she, it didn't take much to squeeze her on, and she went forward. She didn't throw, any more like wiggles there. She just continued on. And she's cute. She's a cute pony. She's got a little bit of a long toe right now. We'll work with the farrier over time. It's a process. We never rush anything. We take everything slow. We have more success with that. There's no need to rush, and I think that'll help even fancier. She is a fancy pony. I think it's just going to be really hot. I'm a sucker for chrome, so anything that has like white socks or stockings and a big blaze, absolutely roll over. So cute. I wish she was a horse. She is so pretty to look at. She's just a very stunning pony. I absolutely love. She has a little belly splash on her, and it just ties everything together. I'm a sucker for a little belly splash. I just like a little bit of color on them. So I went ahead and I'm changing direction here, and all that gate stuff, it just went away. It only took one time to say no, we can't do that, and she is fine. She's willing to work and willing to listen, which makes her, she has a good brain with that. It makes this job so much easier. And I'm just keeping my hands soft and forward with her because she is so soft in the contact. And I am grabbing mane too, just because I don't want to find myself tapping her at all, because she felt a little bit like unbalanced under the saddle, like she was trying to understand to move and balance the rider. So I just grab mane so I don't ever catch her in the mouth and she doesn't ever feel a little negative there. So she kind of right there, she's like, I'm done. And I said no, and she goes, okay, fine. And she moves forward off the leg. I go ahead and pick up the trot again. Everything I do, everything is soft, not so much. I ask soft with the hand, and I grab a little mane with the other hand, steer with one hand because she hasn't jumped before. So we're just teaching her everything, and she was super cool about the flowers, could care less about any of the flowers or any of the brush, which is fantastic. Sometimes when they start off, they don't quite understand it, and they are a little bit worried or scared of them, but she could care less about any of it. We picked up a little canter there. I just gave her a little leg down at the gate, said no, we need to keep pushing forward. I don't want them to ever learn that bad habit, and she just moved out nicely. And here we do the trot again. She's going a little off, not straight, but to be expected. They're not perfect starting off. This is my first ride on her. So I'm not looking for perfection. And I went ahead and I picked a little canter up at the gate. And she's cute little canter, nice soft little canter. And then I picked up a trot. She definitely has brakes. We say, whoa, and she goes, okay. A little too much brakes for what I was looking for there, because I wanted to come down to a downward transition, and I don't think we were ready to canter these yet, just because we want to work on straightness and we feel more comfortable and balanced under the saddle, because I felt like I was kind of a little all over the place riding her. But we picked up a canter again. Whoops! I was picking it up at the gate because I want her to learn to, send off from the gate so we don't learn those bad habits down there that they want to stop. Some ponies stop and try to say we're done, and little kids can't get after them. So I picked up the canter. She was a little bit kind of sulky behind my leg, and I wanted her to step up more, so I kind of just stepped her forward, allowing her to find her balance, and with me, came back down to a trot. Again, I'm just going to keep trotting these pulls until I feel like we're a little more balanced and solid going through them, and we're just going to work them both ways, and then work on the transitions back up to the canter. I think that's a little bit more of me there. I was kind of cueing her, getting off balance and cueing her a little bit differently. And then I went ahead, I wanted to even test her a little bit more. It's my first ride, so I want to put everything out there so I know what I have for the next ride. And I just kind of flapping my arms around because, we don't want our kid up there flopping around. The pony gets scared and takes off with the kid. So flapping my arms around, and she actually could care less about any of it. I was lucky if I can even get her to want to step up a little bit more from it, and she just didn't care. So, which I'm pretty happy with, the fact she didn't care about that. And she's just little cantering around up in front of the leg. And then we bring her back down, back to the trot here. And again, those brakes she's definitely got very free pull in the rein. She's like, okay, we're stopping. So that's going to take a little bit used to understanding how much rein and her understanding what I'm asking for a downward transition, not just braking, stopping, not going forward. We'll work on that though, but I'm happy. I'd rather them have brakes than no brakes. And we just change direction. We trot the line the other way, working on straightness. She kind of bulged a little right there. You can see that with the shoulder. We can correct that. I like to work everything with a lot of ground pulls everywhere. Even jumping, you'll see when we canter past this little grid here, we have ground pulls everywhere. It just really helps them walk back and stay balanced, coming in and stay balanced on the back side. All these little details make a world of a difference when riding and jumping. It teaches them technique, and it teaches them to stay round, not wanting to get flat. It teaches them to even be a little more careful with their feet. Everything helps build muscle. It just is really good for all of our horses. So half the time the rein was like a bomb went off in the rein because there is so many ground pulls everywhere. It really teaches our horses a lot. And here I am still just doing the same thing, and I'm just kind of pushing her forward because she gets a little sucked behind the leg. I just want her to learn that she can self-carry without me having to nag and push her. And she did a really good job here, and I'm just kind of hanging her out for a little bit because she was so good with the ground pull work and everything else that I put out her today. She didn't seem to mind anything, which is great. So she's going to turn out to be a super pony. I think, honestly, she's smart, and I think she's going to learn quickly, and this job is going to come to her very easy without an issue at all. And the great thing is she's willing. There isn't a point where she's not wanting to try something for you. You say, okay, let's do this, and she goes, okay, I'm going to try for you. Now, it doesn't mean, when we first ride them, they completely understand what we're asking for, so we repeat the same thing the next day. Now, let's say we do it in threes. We repeat in threes. Oh, we got, again, those brakes. On call. Oh, she definitely wanted to stop there. It barely touched her, and she's like, whoops, I'm coming back. So I just remind her, no, we need to step it up. Oh, and she's like, oh, I'm going to try to cheat that one a little bit and go off to the left. And, I still want to praise her because she's still put happiness to it. And most of this stuff is just lack of understanding. We don't get after our horses if our pony stops out or our horse stops out. We never spank them. We don't get after them because a lot of times they just aren't quite understanding the process of what we're asking for. If you spank your horse or take a back to her, jumping association, especially to the jumping activity meeting, is always fun. We enjoy our job. We love doing it. We want always positive. We want the horse to be willing. We point them at something and they're going to say, okay, this is fun. Let's do this. And I just did it a few times, and it's going to get better again. I'm not looking for perfection this first day. I'm just looking to see what my pony is capable of. So she was really good. I cut everything short and gave her a big